And good morning, everyone, for another morning coffee with Marcaida on a Friday, TGIF. And here we are out in the outdoors. Thank God it's a beautiful day out here in Northeast. The leaves are starting to change colors, so my favorite time of the year, nice and cool. Thankful for that. Thankful for this morning cup of coffee I get to share with you. How's everybody doing today? And start off with gratitude. Thank you, Lord, for another day to be alive, to be able to be here with my family, be here with my loved ones, be able to broadcast and talk, to be able to think about things, have a sense of purpose. Thank you for just being alive, right? We have to be thankful for that we're still here. A lot of people are going through a lot of hard times, but hey, you're all survivors. We made it up to now, right? And all our lives have been able and always to face challenges and the resiliency, the lessons of life to experience that. So here we are, and thank you for that. Start off with gratitude for things we take for granted. I take for granted that I can taste coffee, smell the coffee. I take for granted I can see and be around here. So that in itself is a blessing. And if we start off with gratitude, everything else is icing on the cake. And so how are you today? In today's talk, I just wanted to share with you the idea that I've always had this thought, right? The why. Why? The why is one of those things that you really need to think about with everything that you do, because it makes things better in the sense if I understand it. It's not just about knowing, it's about understanding. And here's the thing. Do you ever revisit why you do certain things? And let me tell you why I brought this up. Someone very close to me, a loved one, is about to graduate. And they're going for this field that I asked him, why did you pick this field of all other fields? And they go, I'm doing it for the money. I'm like, whoa, for the money? I thought you did because you cared. You like what you're doing. It's like, I hate it. It's not me, but I got to make sure I have a living, so I'm going for this. So I asked him, what exactly is it that you love to do, though? Think about that. I thought about it, and I've looked at the places that I love to do, but it doesn't make money. It doesn't put food on the table. I can't have all these luxuries that I want. Then I asked him, okay, let's talk about that. So you want these luxuries, the materialistic things. What influenced you? What influenced you to want these things? Oh, because my friends are this, and the doctors and the lawyers. And I was like, good, that's great, that's great. Let's talk about your friends, because I happen to know them too. Let's talk about their parents and where they are. They have these beautiful houses, these beautiful cars. Wait, isn't he remarried like 3 times already? Oh yeah, but he's got, okay, okay. Wait, is it one of the relatives an alcoholic? Oh, okay, let's go. So, because that was specifically who he was talking about, what the things that kind of like inspired him to want to find a field that pays money, because it's that. I go, it's the story here, the why. You know what? Materialistic things don't mean much at a certain point in your life. It's just things. So if you're doing this to make money because you want all these things, guess what? It doesn't buy you happiness, truly. Look at that family. Look at their friends. Let's look at all those that have these big wealth. Look at that and see what happens. You see what I found, and based on my own, I go, this is based on my experience. People who like toys will never be satisfied because they'll keep on buying toys. They'll keep on buying things to satisfy a need. Instead, ask yourself, why do I keep needing to buy toys? Why do I keep looking for these luxuries? I'm going to move that to get the sun out of my eye right there. There you go. To look for these luxuries in life. Why? Instead, understand that about yourself. What's the need that you're trying to fill in there? As opposed to trying to do these patch-ups, knowing how. Made him think about that. Then I thought about myself. I go, you know what? I've worn so many hats in my life. I've done so many different fields. I never knew what I wanted to be. But finally, I chose what I love to do, and that's my calling, and I got to do it and find a way. Now, in the beginning, sure, it may not pay well. I found ways to find things to do to put food on the table. I was a respiratory therapist. I love that. I love being in the medical field, and I chose my passions. And you know what? They go, yeah, but that doesn't pay as much to get all these things. It won't. But here's the thing, and it'll probably be, well, I'll have to work till the end of my days. But I'm doing something that I love till the end of my days. So isn't that what it's about? I go, if you find your passion and you get to do something, you keep on working. You don't work a day in your life if you're doing something that you love. That's the why that you need to find. Why am I doing this? Because if I have to work for the rest of life doing something that I love, it's not work. And I hope that resonated in their head. And I know it did, because they quit, they stopped that, and they actually are looking at something that they love that will not take care of this. But actually he goes, you know what? I'm 22. I got the rest of my life ahead of me. I go, good. You try all these things, and I'm just hoping that you're gonna, now that they're excited. All of a sudden, they're taking the courses required to get into this field, and they're excited about it. I go, look at that. You're studying for something you're excited about. The other one, you weren't happy about it. Like, I just got to do this. And you will find a way, because no matter what, all these luxuries and materialistic things, what is that trying to satisfy in you? Something that's missing because you're not meeting that thing. This particular field that you want to get into that doesn't pay a lot, does that bring something inside you that satisfies it? Yes. Oh. And you're going to be happy doing it? Yes. Oh. Well then, there's your answer to try. Try that. Because of the why. You know, I go back to my life and trying to say, let's see, let's talk about martial arts again. Why did I take martial arts? Well, it was a singular focus in the beginning. I wanted to learn how to fight better. I was an angry guy, angry kid, lots of issues. But I wanted to learn how to fight. But it is within doing martial arts and performing the activities and doing what was required. And there was a lot of stuff like, I got to do 1,000 repetitions, 1,000 this and that. I never questioned it because I love doing it. I had to get up early in the morning. I had to travel 6 hours to train, or somebody 2 hours. Always. I never questioned it because I loved what I was doing. But the singular focus of why was to learn better how to fight. As I aged, as I understood what martial arts was all about, it became a way for me to revisit the why. And that's when I realized, no, it's not about why I wanted to learn how to fight better. It's now, why am I fighting to begin with? Therein taught me that doing the forms, the sparring, the training, and all this, taught me a lot about myself, of how I control these emotions, how I control this through the martial arts. But then it also showed me that it's bigger than the actual wanting to fight. Why am I getting in fights to begin with? That's what I go, oh, I need to fix that first. And all of a sudden, I took martial arts and continued martial arts because I wanted to have a better, more harmonious life. That it was better to have friends than enemies. That martial arts teaches me to be a better friend, a better father, a better husband, a better thing all over again. It wasn't to be a better fighter. The only fight that I got out of it was to fight my inner self, my beast that was within me, the person that I didn't like, who always got into fights, who always seemed to choose the things that made things complicated in my life. That's the why. That's what I found by revisiting the questions. Because just when you think you finally found the answers in life, they change the questions. Change is constant, right? It's the one thing we know that's always going to be there. So always revisit and always ask yourself why, because that will change too. Your answers will change. And I found that with me, keeping that in mind, that if I'm doing something and there's something that I have to revisit because something changed within what I was doing, ask me, why am I still doing this? Why? And then when I find the answers, okay, I get it. I do this because of this and because of that. Then it makes sense. Then I am empowered to continue doing it. Why? Because I know the answer. As opposed to why not? As opposed to, hey, how do you do this? I can show you everything in the hows. The hows are how to do it. Understanding it is more better. It's more better. It's much better. Understanding the why. Always use the answer. Answer yourself why you do it. And when you do, it's empowering. Because now you're just not doing it for the sake of doing it. You know the reason. And once you have that reason and that mission statement and that goal, the whys of whatever you're doing are easy to do. And you don't question it anymore. And you find better ways to do it. One of the training things in martial arts, our teachers make hit the tires 1,000 times, and he'd count with us. And at the end of that, our hands are blistered and bleeding, and we're hitting and everything else. How? I asked him, why are we doing this? For your fighting spirit. Fighting spirit. For the training to show the discipline. Okay, but we're ruining our bodies. Isn't martial arts supposed to make you... isn't this a longevity thing? I picked this art because I want to be able to do it till the day I die. Here I am ruining my hands because of these exercises. For what? The stigma of we're hardcore fighters and everything else? What's it supposed to develop? Well, power and stamina and endurance and everything. Oh, good. There are better ways to do that. I understand. So the why is for power. The why for stamina, endurance. The why, the fighting spirit. Okay, good. Let me now find other ways that will answer how to get the stamina, how to get the endurance, how to get the power and all these other things without hurting myself. That's how the why, when revisited, taught me to change a lot of things that I was doing. The whys then I just accepted. This is my teacher. I'm not going to question him. 1,000 strikes, yes sir, and everything. Wow, you're counting with us, huh? Can't you do this with us? You're counting. All right. He knows not to hurt your body. The hardcore. Oh yeah, we felt young. Oh, we can tell. Because these are the hardcore guys. They're young guys. We could recuperate. None of the old guys were doing it with us. Is it wisdom? Here's the why. My own teacher, another teacher, older gentleman, was with me during this training camp. And he just looked at me and goes like, don't hit the tires too hard. You're going to hurt your hand. We have a whole week of training. Don't get blisters. It'll ruin your stay. And I listened to him. Yeah, and we're here. We're doing the same thing. And we don't disrespect the teacher. We'll do it with you. But we know why. Why? And the whys helped us be better at what we're doing. And that's me lamenting these thoughts on this beautiful day. So, what are your whys? And do you revisit it? Do you revisit all the questions and find different answers each day? Dr. Marcaida here. Want a cup of coffee? Have a great day, folks.